How to check the center line of your race car or any other car with a double wishbone front suspension that has ball joints on the bottom. First thing you do is grab a piece of brake line or anything that's rigid that will reach over the center from the ball joint past the center line approximated in your car, and you make it sharp on one end and where it'll hold something to mark with on the other. Got a top-down view going on here. John has one end stuck up in the bottom ball joint of the lower A-frame, and you can see how the other end is back here to the rear of the car. What you do is you sweep two opposing arcs. What you're going to end up with is going to be a shape something like a Jesus fish when you get done. Then you sweep your arc in the opposite direction. Take a square and lay it exactly across the intersections where the two sweeping arcs meet. That's the center line of your car. When you intersect those exactly, then you can draw another line and square off that. The red line that you can see is now the exact center line of the car. You can take that center line of the car and project lines with a square, like a big drywall square, off each way in the front. And you can run it all the way down through the car. People do it with chalk line. They'll snap a tight chalk line through those intersecting points. You can go all the way to the back. Then you have a reference line for the center line of your car, and if you square off that, you can use it for measuring all the geometry in the front and the back geometry. You can square off the back as well, and you can make points off the back where you can set the square of your rear end, all kinds of functions. It's a very handy way to get the true center line of your car, especially on cars in some of the more advanced divisions where you might have a longer lower control arm on one side than you do on the other, or even when you're welding in excuse me, even when you're welding in sleeves for new ball joints, things like that, you can be off 1/8 of an inch on each side, and it'll put your car out of square. So you need to double check those things, and that's the method that we use. It's very quick and easy.